Hey everyone, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Connor Olney and I am the Commissioner of the High School Esports League. In today's video, I want to go through all of the changes that are coming to the High School Esports League for the Fall Major and some of the stuff that's going to impact the rest of the year. So I would really encourage you, if you're going to be involved in the High School Esports this year or are thinking about getting involved, please watch the whole video. There's a lot of really important information in here that you're not going to want to miss. So this is a new format I want to try every season where I just sit down with all of you guys and be as transparent as possible to explain what's going on here, because I think that's really important for you guys to be informed. To begin though, I want to start with what I've been up to since I became the commissioner back in March. So my introduction to the job actually began with a 3-month road trip across the country. If you haven't seen it, we went on a 3-month road trip in an RV called the HSEL Roadshow, where we toured the country building gaming computers for high schools. And in hindsight, I can't think of a better introduction to this job. We got to travel and visit so many amazing schools and got to meet amazing teachers and students and really just got to sit down and learn exactly what you guys want and what you expect out of our league, which was really important for my planning going into this year. This is also how we arrived at HSEL's new mission, which is to provide every high school gamer the opportunity to find their passion. Competition is important and will always be important with us, but we also really care about opening up opportunities for students and the ability for you guys to have fun, because that's what the league is about. In doing so, it's also become very clear that building our community needs to be a focus going into the next year. We want to make sure that all of you guys have the opportunity to not only connect with students at your own school, but be able to make friends and have friendly rivalries with schools all across the country. So that's kind of a quick overview of the values and missions of HSEL, but I want to talk about how we've put it into practical use so far. So Summer Challenge was the first project I worked on while I was on the road in the RV. And we made a couple little changes that hopefully you guys enjoyed. The first one is we made it completely free. Summer Challenge has always been a time where we want you to invite your friends, whether they're from your school or across the country, to be able to get together and compete in an esports competition. And we didn't want money to hold you guys back from being able to do that. We also changed the pricing up, and we were able to get ASUS to send us over $15,000 of products to give away to all of you guys for getting first, second, and third in the Summer Challenge. I thought this was important because I want you guys to be able to upgrade your setups and get the equipment you need to continue competing and having fun with your friends. So hopefully you enjoyed the Summer Challenge, and we've got a lot more exciting stuff planned for the fall. With that same philosophy, going into the fall, we did make one change that teachers should know about, is that we did change our unlimited pass for the year so that it's not including how big your school is. I didn't really think that made sense, and I wanted to make sure every school had the same opportunity to get as many kids as possible excited into esports. So we changed our unlimited pass to just be one consistent lower price. So teachers or parents who's watching this, hopefully that helps out. Okay, that's kind of the boring stuff out of the way. Let's get into the exciting stuff. So this is a really big deal that we're all extremely excited about, and that is we are bringing LANs back. So for the 21-22 school year, we are introducing the HSEL National Championship. This is a 100% live event that will happen May 13th through the 15th at the Esports Stadium in Arlington. To qualify for the National Championship, you need to either place top 4 in our Fall Major or Spring Major. That will automatically qualify you and get you a ticket to the National Championship. So here's what makes this event so crazy. One is we're giving away $150,000 in scholarships this year. It's a lot of money. The other really cool thing about this event is we're inviting out not only every college recruiter who wants to be there so that you guys can get additional scholarships to go to college for esports, but we're also introducing partnerships with professional teams so that we can have pro teams represented at this event and cheering you all on. On top of that, you're going to be playing on the exact same stage that pretty much every single major esports team in the country has played on. Our goal here is to bring the exact same excitement and energy of the pro scene and the pro players to the high school scene. You guys are going to get to walk up on stage, sit on a 90-foot stage in front of a crowd, and get to play your matches in pursuit of winning your share of that $150,000. I think it's going to be an incredible experience for you guys, and my team here is so excited to plan this event and make sure that it is the best event it could possibly be. And if you're interested in more details on that, we're going to be releasing a weekly series on all of our social media about planning for this national championship. So if you want to stay up to date on information and what's going on with it, make sure to check out our Twitter or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, bam, all that stuff. We're going to be posting weekly behind the scenes planning this event. This year, we're also introducing some new awards, including the MVP Award and the Coach of the Year Award. So stay tuned on how you can apply and be in the running to win one of those. So some important things to note as you go to sign up for the Fall Major is, one, we're getting a brand new website. It's going to be transitioning over the next couple of weeks, and it's going to look completely different. The main goals of this new website is we're going to clean up the navigation and be able to display all the information you need to know about our league and educational materials much more cleanly. Another change you'll notice as you go to log into our competitive platform is the branding's going to look a little different. If you don't know, our league is powered by Generation Esports, and they're our parent company. Previously, when you logged into our app, you saw kind of some blue coloring with a black bar that said HSEL on the top. That's all going away. We're moving to the brand new Generation Esports app, which is very similar to what you've experienced. It's all gonna work exactly the same. It's just a little bit cleaner. There's a lot more bugs fixed, and it's going to operate a lot smoother for you guys to be able to clean up how you register, the login process, and we're also introducing a thing called quests. So don't be shocked when you log in and if the colors look a little bit different. It's the same platform, you're in the same space, and as long as you're in the HSEL community, you're good to go. Now we're gonna dive into specifics about the fall major. So pricing for the fall major is a little bit different this year. As I mentioned earlier, it's going to start acting as a qualifier for the national championship, which means the top 4 teams get a spot at that event to compete for $150,000. Now we do want to make sure that you all are able to get to the national championship event, and I highly suggest doing fundraisers throughout the year to help support your team, just like any other sport. But we want to do our part to help out as well, which is why as you work your way up the ranks for 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, we'll also pay out an additional travel voucher per student to help you guys get your team to the national championship. And additionally, if your team wins, we're also going to keep that bonus scholarship in there at $500 per student. So now let's talk about games for the fall major, and I need to start with some maybe shocking news. Currently, we will not be offering Super Smash Bros. For the fall major. There is some other game changes that you guys should know about. So we're going to be taking NBA 2K a little bit more serious. So we're going to have 2 offerings for the fall. One is the 2K21 1v1 offering to be able to give everyone the opportunity to just hop in and play like we did in the past. But we're also going down the competitive route, and we're going to be pursuing 2K22 with the 5v5 Pro-Am format on the next-gen consoles. This is the most competitive 2K gets, and we want to be able to offer that for you guys as well. Additionally, with the sports games, we're going to be launching Madden 22, and that's going to be played in the 3v3 yard format. Another game update is Fortnite. Fortnite's been off our league for a little while now due to some changes they made internally, and unfortunately right now we do not have a offering for Fortnite in the foreseeable future. And the final change when it comes to games is we're still going to be running Call of Duty 4v4, but we will no longer be offering Gunfight, as we want to encourage all of you guys to play the 4v4 format and be able to compete in the esport just like the pros do. So this year, in partnership with NASIF, we're going to be offering Rocket League and chess 100% for free, so any student can sign up and compete with that through their schools. We're also going to be offering NBA 2K for free and Madden 22 for free, in partnership with Extreme Networks. We did make some general rule changes for fall that you should know about, and we will be posting patch notes shortly, so stay tuned for that. But what you should know is we changed our spectator rules slightly to be more allowing for coaches to be able to watch and spectate their teams, and for you all to be able to stream your matches, because we think that's important. We've also made some changes to how the regular season and playoffs will work. In the past, there's been some talks of how you can game the system and not play your matches and still make it to playoffs. That will not be possible going into the future. We're changing quite a few rules around this to make sure that it is 100% fair and you have to earn your way into playoffs. Especially with this national championship coming up, we want to make sure the teams who really deserve it are making it. Therefore, we're implementing a new rule that says you must play at least 6 matches during the regular season to even qualify for playoffs. We understand that you might miss a game or two and student schedules can be crazy, but we also have 2 makeup windows at the end of the season that you can take advantage of, so we think this is a fair rule. We're also implementing new tiebreaker logic that will be publicly available so that you guys will be able to physically see exactly how we seed for playoffs and why one team was maybe ranked above your team. So some big changes to the actual competition. The first one is our queue times, which are now standardized at 4 p.m. Eastern, Central, and Pacific. This was brought up by a lot of teachers and it just made sense. We want you guys to play your matches after school just like any other sport, but if there is some conflict, there are a couple different options depending on your time zone to be able to get your matches in. But for the most part, this allows you to play after school. We've also lowered the queue times. Previously, they were 15 minutes. For Summer Challenge, they were 10. We're now going to go with 5-minute queue times to avoid that long wait and anticipation to get into your match. So show up at your assigned match time, queue in, and you'll have a 5-minute wait while you get your team ready and we assign you your match. All official matches will now be played Monday through Friday. There's no more Saturday queue times, and we did this so that it's a little easier on teachers to be able to organize their teams, but now we also have all day Saturday to introduce scrimmages. And the final piece to note about the regular season is that the makeup windows are now on the Sunday of the 7th and 8th week of the regular season. So another piece that's just overall for our league that I want to talk about is we're actually kicking off a mental health research project. I don't have a ton more information on this yet to share, but just know that we want to be proactive in this and we think it's a really important cause to look into. So I know this video was long, we had a lot to go over, and I really appreciate you all for sticking around, and I hope that you're really excited for the fall major this year going into our brand new national championship, because it's going to be amazing. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Registration opens up on Monday, 8/16 for Fall Major, so get your teams ready and let's have a great season.